This was recently discovered in Brazil, and scientists are absolutely terrified. Deep in the vast Amazon rainforest, researchers have stumbled upon discoveries that challenge our understanding of what is possible in nature. Today, you will be shocked by discoveries recently made in Brazil. Curious? Join us and let's go. Number 19. The penis snake. Sometimes nature has a peculiar sense of humor, as demonstrated by a creature discovered during construction work on the Amazon River. When engineers were draining a section of the Madeira River, one of the Amazon's major tributaries, they came across 6 strange, eyeless, pinkish creatures that immediately became the subject of much amusement and scientific interest. Biologists identified them as a species new to science, formally naming it Atratochoana icelti. However, the scientific name hasn't stuck in popular culture because of the creature's unmistakable resemblance to male genitalia. The penis snake quickly went viral online, with images spreading across social media faster than scientific papers could be published. Number 18. Blue-blooded fish. In the oxygen-depleted backwaters of the Amazon River system, Brazilian ichthyologists discovered something that initially seemed impossible: a fish with blue blood. The discovery was made during routine sampling when researchers noticed the unusual color of blood samples drawn from a previously undocumented species related to catfish. Laboratory analysis revealed the blood contains a copper-based respiratory molecule called hemokinin, instead of the iron-based hemoglobin found in virtually all vertebrates. Hemokinin is known to exist in some invertebrates like octopuses and horseshoe crabs, but this represents the first documented case in a vertebrate species. Number 17. Living dinosaur eggs. A construction project in southern Brazil's Santa Catarina state unearthed what workers initially thought were unusually shaped rocks. Paleontologists called to the site made an extraordinary determination. The objects were fossilized dinosaur eggs, approximately 70 and 80 million years old. But the real shock came when one egg, kept in a climate-controlled laboratory environment, showed signs of cellular activity in its interior. Advanced scanning techniques revealed structures inside the egg that appeared to be undergoing extremely slow but detectable metabolic processes, essentially a form of suspended animation that has persisted through geological timescales. The rate of cellular activity is so slow that what would represent one day of development in a modern reptile egg would take approximately 10,000 years in these specimens. Scientists have isolated the preservation mechanism, which involves a unique combination of mineral infiltration and organic preservation. I have a question for you. First, I would like to say that it is possible to follow the greatest curiosities of our world every day. But to do so, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, are you already subscribed? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Also, take the opportunity to like the video, so YouTube will recommend more videos from our channel, so leave your like right now. And now that you have done that, let's go. Number 16. Colossal Emerald of Carnaíba. In the small mining town of Carnaíba, something extraordinary lurked beneath the surface. Workers drilling 650 feet underground hit what they initially thought was an unusual rock formation. As they carefully excavated the area, they uncovered a massive emerald standing over 8 feet tall and weighing a staggering 800 pounds. This green giant was unearthed in April 2017, immediately becoming the talk of gemstone collectors worldwide. The discovery quickly sparked international tensions when a private buyer transported the gemstone to the United States. Brazilian officials immediately cried foul, claiming the precious stone had been smuggled out of the country without proper documentation or export permits. The diplomatic standoff highlighted the immense value of the find. Experts speculate its worth could reach $6.5 billion based on previous discoveries from the same mine. Number 15. The crocodile-turtle hybrid. Deep in Brazil's remote wetlands, photographer Alejandro Camarin captured something so bizarre that even National Geographic refused to publish it. A creature that appears to be part crocodile, part turtle. The photograph shows an animal with the shell structure of a turtle but the elongated snout and teeth pattern resembling a crocodile. National Geographic editors dismiss the image as doctored or fake, but Camarin has dedicated his life to proving the creature's existence. He actually relocated to Brazil 5 years ago, establishing a base of operations near where he originally spotted the animal. Despite countless expeditions into the same region, equipped with advanced cameras and even drone technology, the photographer hasn't managed to locate the creature again. Number 14. Living metal bacteria. Brazilian scientists hit the jackpot. In a toxic runoff area near an abandoned mining operation outside Carajás, they found bacteria that literally eat metal and poop out tiny gold nuggets. These microscopic organisms don't just tolerate extreme metal concentrations that would kill any other living thing, they actually thrive on it. The bacteria absorb dissolved gold particles from their environment, metabolize them through some crazy internal chemistry we still don't fully understand, and then excrete solid gold particles measuring 5 to 10 micrometers. It's like they're tiny. Living gold factories operating 24/7. 1 teaspoon of this bacteria-rich sludge can produce up to $50 worth of gold in a month when kept in the right conditions. Number 13. The Titi monkey with orange tail. In 2011, researcher Julio Cesar Dal Ponte ventured into a remote, water-surrounded forest area of Brazil when he spotted something moving through the trees with a flash of bright orange. Upon closer inspection, he realized he was looking at a monkey species unknown to science, distinguished by its vibrant orange tail and distinctive facial hair resembling ogre-like sideburns. What makes this discovery particularly fascinating is how the monkey remained hidden from scientific documentation for so long. The species lives in a confined jungle area, effectively isolated by water bodies and mountains. Since these monkeys can't swim or navigate mountainous terrain, they've remained in their ecological island, evolving independently from their primate relatives elsewhere. Number 12. Fire-responsive plants of the Cerrado. In a world where fire typically represents destruction, one Brazilian plant has evolved to embrace the flames. In the Cerrado region, Brazil's vast tropical savanna, botanists have documented a plant species that not only survives wildfires, but actually flowers within 24 hours after a blaze sweeps through. This remarkable adaptation represents one of nature's most counterintuitive survival strategies. While most vegetation requires weeks or months to recover from fire damage, these Cerrado plants have chemical triggers that respond directly to the heat and smoke. Number 11. Network of giant ancient tunnels. In 2010, geologist Emel Karatemi from the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul made a discovery that continues to puzzle experts. What appeared to be a simple hole in the ground near the Bolivia-Brazil border turned out to be the entrance to an elaborate tunnel system clearly created through deliberate excavation. Since then, hundreds more similar tunnels have been documented throughout Brazil, forming an extensive network whose origin and purpose remain unexplained. These tunnels feature precisely carved walls, consistent dimensions, and, most mysteriously, unusual claw marks that don't match any known modern animal. Some tunnels extend for hundreds of feet underground, occasionally connecting to form complex systems that would have required sophisticated planning to construct. Number 10. The 33-foot anaconda. Construction workers conducting controlled explosions in a cave near Altamira in Brazil's northern Pará state got more than they bargained for when they disturbed what might be one of the largest snakes ever documented. Measuring an extraordinary 33 feet in length, the massive anaconda emerged from its disturbed habitat, causing initial panic among the workers. This specimen significantly exceeds the current Guinness World Record for the longest snake in captivity, a.e. 25-foot, 2-inch reticulated python named Medusa housed in Kansas City. The Brazilian anaconda's discovery provides compelling evidence that these reptiles can grow far larger in the wild than previously confirmed by science. Number 9. Human-sized capybaras. Brazil's wetland regions have become home to populations of capybaras growing to unprecedented sizes, some approaching the dimensions of adult humans when standing on their hind legs. These enormous rodents, relatives of guinea pigs and the largest living rodent species, have adapted particularly well to human-altered environments where natural predators have decreased. Capybaras naturally grow large, typically reaching weights of 100 150 pounds, but recent specimens documented in Brazil's urban-adjacent wetlands have exceeded these norms significantly. Their success stems from their semi-aquatic lifestyle, herbivorous diet, and social behavior that includes sophisticated predator warning systems. Number 8. Crystal Towers of Barra do Garças. In a remote region near Barra do Garças in central Brazil, geological surveys uncovered formations unlike anything previously documented, naturally occurring crystal towers rising from the earth in nearly perfect hexagonal columns. These structures, composed primarily of clear quartz with unusual trace mineral inclusions, reach heights of up to 10 feet and form in clusters of 3-7 columns. What makes these formations scientifically significant is both their structural regularity and their unusual growth pattern. Unlike typical crystal formations that develop over millions of years, analysis suggests these columns formed relatively rapidly, perhaps over just thousands of years, through a previously unknown process involving superheated mineral-rich water interacting with unique electromagnetic properties in the local bedrock. Number 7. Amazon Purple Cloud Phenomenon. In the remote northwestern regions of the Brazilian Amazon, scientific expeditions have documented a meteorological phenomenon defying conventional explanation. During specific humidity conditions following rainfall, patches of purple-hued clouds form just above the rainforest canopy, hovering there for 15 to 40 minutes before dissipating. These purple clouds don't behave like typical weather formations. They maintain distinct boundaries, don't drift with prevailing winds, and appear to respond to sounds above certain decibel levels by changing density or brightness. Initial atmospheric sampling reveals unusually high concentrations of organic compounds released by certain flowering plants, but this doesn't fully explain the cloud's behavior. Local indigenous communities have traditional knowledge of these formations, considering them manifestations of forest spirits and timing certain ceremonies to coincide with their appearance. Number 6. Ancient Amazon Geoglyphs. Deforestation in the Amazon revealed something archaeologists never expected. Hundreds of massive, precisely designed geometric earthworks hidden beneath the forest canopy for centuries. These enormous geoglyphs, some spanning the area of several football fields, were created through precise excavation of trenches up to 36 feet wide and 13 feet deep, forming perfect circles, squares, and complex geometric patterns visible only from above. Dating methods indicate these structures were created between 1,000 and 2,000 years ago, challenging long-held beliefs that the pre-Columbian Amazon supported only small, nomadic tribes. The scale and precision of these earthworks suggest sophisticated societies with advanced mathematical knowledge, organized labor systems, and long-term settlement patterns previously thought impossible in rainforest environments. Number 5. Floating Forest Islands. Aerial surveys of remote Amazon basin regions identified what appeared to be dozens of small islands moving slowly through the flooded forest ecosystem. Closer investigation revealed these aren't islands at all, but massive interconnected root systems supporting fully developed forest communities that have detached from the riverbanks and now float freely. These floating forests range from 500 square feet to nearly 5 acres, supporting trees up to 30 feet tall alongside diverse plant communities. The root systems form dense, interlinked mats strong enough to walk on, effectively creating mobile ecosystems that drift with currents during flood seasons and temporarily anchor when waters recede. Number 4. Sentient Fungal Network. Biologists studying the Atlantic forest near Rio de Janeiro documented a fungal network that displays behaviors so complex they're reluctantly using the word intelligent. This interconnected mycelium system spans nearly 12 square miles, functioning as a single organism that can solve problems, remember past events, and potentially communicate with trees and plants connected to its network. The fungus demonstrates remarkably sophisticated decision-making. When researchers introduced obstacles in one section of the forest, the network rerouted nutrient flows within hours, not days or weeks, showing a response time orders of magnitude faster than any previously studied fungal system. Even more shocking, when the same obstacles were reintroduced months later, the network responded instantly, suggesting it remembered the previous situation. Number 3. The Whistling Cave System. Near the border of Brazil's Mato Grosso and Goiás states, acoustic engineers investigating reports of strange sounds documented a cave system that produces complex melodic whistling noises under specific atmospheric conditions. When wind passes through the interconnected chambers at velocities between 15 to 20 meters per second, the caves generate sounds remarkably similar to human whistling, complete with distinct notes and repeating patterns. The cave formation consists of limestone tubes of varying diameters that function similarly to organ pipes. What makes this system particularly remarkable is how the sounds change seasonally. During summer months, thermal expansion slightly alters the cave dimensions, changing the tune. Local residents have documented these seasonal variations for generations, incorporating them into folklore about forest spirits communicating through the earth. Scientific analysis of the acoustics reveals the cave system produces sounds in a pentatonic scale, a 5-note musical scale common in many human musical traditions worldwide. Number 2. Time Distortion Cave. Deep in Brazil's Chapada Diamantina region, speleologists documented something that sounds like bad science fiction, but has been confirmed by multiple research teams. Inside a specific limestone cave chamber, time measurements go completely haywire. Digital watches run approximately 7.2% slower, while inside this chamber, mechanical watches stop altogether, and human perception of time passage becomes severely distorted. Researchers initially thought their equipment was malfunctioning until they conducted controlled experiments. They synchronized atomic clocks, left some outside while taking others into the chamber, and returned to find significant discrepancies. People inside the chamber consistently estimated 30-minute periods as lasting only 18 to 22 minutes, regardless of whether they could see outside or had access to timepieces. Number 1. Backwards aging frogs. In Brazil's Atlantic forest, herpetologists have documented something that sounds impossible: a frog species that ages in reverse. The Admirabilis ranomorphus begins life as what appears to be a typical adult frog, then grows younger over its lifespan, eventually returning to an egg state before the cycle begins again. This completely upends our understanding of biological development. These frogs start fully formed with adult coloration and reproductive capabilities. Over approximately 9 months, they gradually shrink, their tissues become less differentiated, and they develop increasingly juvenile characteristics. By month 7, they resemble typical tadpoles. By month 8, they look like developing embryos, and by month 9, they've reverted to egg form, at which point cellular division begins again in the standard forward direction. Now, I have a special recommendation for you. Are you seeing this video that is appearing on the screen? Click on it, because I'm sure you'll like it. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.